I don't hope I've missed the start because of fucking. I forgot to push fucking live. I don't hope I missed the start because that I missed all the fucking shit I just been talking about. Oh, god damn it. It's been running for 5 minutes. And it says 12 minutes. Oh, god damn it. Oh, whatever. You know what? Just to fucking be 100% sure I didn't gonna lose anything because I want this to be in the fucking video. So let's just do it over again. Just to make sure that I didn't miss any fucking thing. Who and they. I don't know why it doesn't do like it did once. I don't know, maybe I have changed some settings because once I think it's because I don't use we stream because I normally just start and I'm gotten so fucking used to that, so I keep forgetting I have to manually start. Okay, let's start this from the beginning so I know I have it from the start. In this video, I'm gonna play Under the Bridge. It's a non-Steam game. Of course, it's a non-Steam game. It's a non-Steam game and it's a exe file. You can add native native Linux games or play it in Steam. First thing first, I would recommend using Flatpak. Steam is a little. What call it? There can be a little work to push set up. It's not just write a command, install Steam, and then it work. Oh, it does. But if you want to have, like I have games on a second hard drive, you need to give Flatpak Steam permission because Flatpak is its own container. It cannot write to anything outside of its own container. It can read it. You can see it, but it cannot write it. That means you cannot save games, you cannot change settings. So you need to have it inside the container. And since you have Flatpak installed on your main hard drive, and if you don't have space to games like there, then you cannot really do that. What you can do is you can make a separate container, or in this case, you say this folder. You can write and read from this folder and only from this folder, so it like you have a link to that folder only, so it can write to the games and load from the games. I'm not gonna show you how to do all that. Is you can go out on FlatHub, and in Steam it's just the command to actually give the container permission to use that folder you want. Also, that means if you download a game like from 𝘼𝙗𝙘𝙘 or whatever you pronounce that name, or GOG or whatever, so you have the exe file, you can start it with Steam, but it have to be inside the container or the folder you have give permission to, because like I said, it cannot write to it, so it cannot make save game or change settings, and the game would mostly crash. It did for me every time I tried, so it has to be inside the container, and for me it's inside this one, and Under the Bridge is down here. It needs to be in here, so you go up here, you say add non-Steam games, you're gonna say browser, you're gonna say, and of course they already found it because I had just added it, but normally it would be on some random folder you last been in, and then you're just gonna go to the right command, and mine is MNT because mine is auto mounted as I start the computer. If your hard drive is not auto mounted when you start computer, the folder will not be called MNT, it will be called RWin1, which is a manual mount of the hard drive when you Windows start. Some Linux version auto mounts your hard drive that way. As soon as it start, I don't like it. I actually like when it's permanently mounted when you start the Linux. So you know MNT and not one. So you have to check up on that one. How your Linux are gonna mount your hard drive. Is something I find a little irritating. Also, the only program I know of I like der kan permanent mount hard drive, is disk, and is KDI is the word, KDI. What is that version of Linux? Linux KDE, of course, that's what it's called. It's a KDE disk program. It's just called disk. I don't know if they called it something else. I don't think that's the one. That's the one. Okay, it was called KDE Position Manager, but in Linux it's just called, some reason just called disk. If I go in there, disk, that one, it's just called disk, but it's that one, KDE Disk Utility, an easiest way to actually mount hard drive, and I would recommend using that even if you're on Arc or you're on Ubuntu based distros like it isn't just called Ubuntu base, I guess. But anyway, you're gonna go to the right folder, and when you're on the right folder, you click down here, say all files. You choose the exe files, and then you're just gonna say add selected programs. Then you're gonna go up here under there, and I like to call it what version, if it's tell me what version is when I download it, so I know what version I have. So I can even have multi version of the same game, so I maybe have under which version 4, what is version 5, if I want to make some box testing, maybe if I want, like, I'm actually supporting most of the games I download from each, not all, some games I'm not, but some games I am on Patreon, so it's also a way for me to actually better box test the games. I know what version I'm playing and stuff like that, so I like to call it that under Steam also, so I know what version I have. This is just where the games is. Then we have a launch option. I have my own launch options I always use. Here, this launch option, they have game mode 1, Mangahood. Mangahood is really good because it's the overlay that can show you what FPS and stuff like that you have. My recommendation is, if you can install it in your app or Pac-Man, do that, and then go out on GitHub and install that updated version to override your old version, so you have the up-to-date version. You could also just go up to date GitHub and build it yourself. That's what most people do, but the problem why I don't do it is because many Linux distro don't have all the compiling programs you need, so you need to find out you keep getting errors and telling what program you're missing, and then you need to install until you have all the programs, and then you can compile it completely. And I just find it a pain in the ass to do every time I have new Linux to do, so I rarely compile it myself. So I just install the version in the repository, I think it's called, and then I'm just gonna override it with the version on GitHub. They work most of the time. Mangahood is not perfect, so there are some games that don't support. Most of them are OpenGL. It supports some OpenGLs, but not all OpenGLs games. They support DXVK more or less always. I don't recall actually have played any game in DXVK that Mangahood didn't support, unless it was disk installed game 1 in, I think that's what disk installed game 1 in Wine. Then it didn't really open. I didn't try to run it in Steam because that was before I actually think about using Steam as a launcher instead of Wine. I should probably try that at some point, but more or less all overlays, all games are gonna pop up besides some OpenGL. I don't know if this is a version of GL it doesn't work with, or it's just the way GL is or the engine handle the GL, OpenGL, that make the overlay not pop up, and it's kind of irritating. And I don't know if there any way you can troubleshoot that and actually find out if it's working, how it's working, and if there's some way to turn it off and off. But anyway, 𝘼𝙗𝙘𝙤𝙪, I will recommend install that. 𝘼𝙗𝙘𝙪 is a sorry about that, I had some irritating my foot. OpenGL is a utility tool to the 𝘼𝙗𝙘𝙘, or either that, or you can say 𝘼𝙗𝙘𝙘 is a utility tool to OpenGL. Either way, OpenGL does so 𝘼𝙗𝙘𝙘 can get more information from your Linux, like what graphic card you're using, how much FPS this get, how hot it's gotten, what CPU you're using, all that, what stage tool you're using, if you're using Spotify, what song you're listening to, all of that. That's what OpenGL really do. Really nice tool to have. Then I have DXVK Outsync one. It just make DVK sync properly. I have seen actually that work in some games. I just have it on in default. I have not seen this actually bug any games, so I think it's just nice to just have it on, and then if the game wants better with it, then it wants better with it. Then I had DXVK state cache. This only works if the game wants in DXVK states, and in some Vulkan states, not in all Vulkan states. I'm not really sure. I think it's the Vulkan 2XX12 state. Then it don't really make any DXVK cache, because it only support up to 2XX11 and not 12. I'm not 100% sure about that, because I have not really done that much testing. I just seen that when sometimes you use Vulkan, it don't actually make a cache, and I think that's because the game is running 2XX12. But if you're running DXVK, then it will make a cache. The good about cache is gonna save all the compiled files down in a cache file, so next time you start the game, you don't have to recompile all those cache again. It's just gonna read it from the file, and then the game gonna run smoother, and your GPU gonna use less GPU to actually run the game. Then I have state cache. This just telling them where to save my DXVK, and I can see I make an error. I need to fix that a bit. Where to save my DXVK, which is in my cache folder, which is the one right here, and SMT. Or SMT, because I have that one because it was easier for me to actually find the what's it called, the path to the folder by having another folder. Then right click and say properties, then I can see the complete link. If I've just done that, let's see here, then the last last folder is missing, so it's just easier to put a folder inside this folder and right click, and then the name of the folder will also be in the path address, whatever. So you're gonna put it there. Then I have OpenGL. This is OpenGL, also NVIDIA's. No, that's GLX. I think that's NVIDIA, but GL is, I think, is OpenGL's own commands. So I have graphic OSD. That's the one that popping on the left side. You can turn that off on in NVIDIA. Actually, not sure if that's. I actually think that's NVIDIA's own commands. If you have NVIDIA cards, not OpenGL. So this one turn on the command up in the left side corner that tells you if you are sync with the game, like a VBlack, or if how many FPS is running and stuff like that. You can turn this on in the NVIDIA driver setting, but if you do that, then it turn on to any program. You can manually add a program and add this to the program in the NVIDIA, but it's just a pain in the ass to do that with every fucking program. So it's just easier to actually just put this command in the Linux you want to use, and it's only gonna work on that game you put the command in. So I like it, this command, and I don't think that many know about the command. Then we have thread optimizations that actually don't really do that much. It's only good in some games that actually NVIDIA support. If I'm you can quote me on this, I'm actually not 100% sure, but I think it's only supported for those games that are supported for NVIDIA. I can't be wrong about that. I didn't really search as much about it, and some of the information about the command are not really advanced detailed. It just gives you an overview of some of the things it do, so it's not really going into specific things, so I'm not 100% sure. Then we have the shadow disk cache. That's the NVIDIA driver own cache. I like to have it because it does that all games you use your NVIDIA driver, all the cache it's gonna make, you can store someplace and the game gonna open faster. Just know NVIDIA cache do actually use a lot of space. One cache file can fit I think a half an hour cache file of a game can fill up to 8 GB or something like that, where you can complete a whole game with the XVK and only 500 kilobyte. Unless it's a really big game, then it may be 12 megabyte or something like that. So you can see that really big difference. But I like to use it. I really like to use it. I think NVIDIA cache is actually helping Elite in a lot of games with the texture tool and stuff like that, because the game doesn't have to compile the texture tool every time, because you already be compiled for you. So you're just gonna want the game from the file. Then we have let's see here. This one they just tells you you're using NVIDIA. This one is really doesn't matter if you only have one graphic card. This one doesn't matter. This only matters if you have multiplier graphic card, like a onboard built-in graphic card in the CPU and a graphic card in the computer. So like hypo laptops and stuff like that, this command come really in handy. If you have Intel with built-in GPU and a built-in NVIDIA GPU inside your laptop, then when you just start a game, it's gonna use mostly gonna use the CPU as default, I guess, unless you somehow have chosen to use the other one. But this one, when you put the command in, you're telling use NVIDIA, nothing else, and that's really nice. You can use it for Intel also. You can use the command for, I think you have an AMD command also. I cannot remember all the commands. I think the NVIDIA AMD command is called ATI, I think, and CPU is just Intel, and AMD CPU I think just was AMD, I guess. Yeah, I think the AMD CPU was AMD and Intel CPU was just Intel, and NVIDIA graphic card was NVIDIA, and AMD graphic card was ATI, I think. I can be wrong about it. I need to Google that to be 100% sure, but I like to use this one. This is my standard command I always use, and I may add or delete some if I feel like it's not running up to stuff. Then I'm gonna enter here. I know all this is installed, all those let's say community build are Flatpak version, so it's not installed via this Proton or not used Proton UI, I think UT I think it's called. These are actually Flatpak version made, so they are working better. I feel like they work a lot better than the one following in the Proton and the other one that you get from GitHub or from Proton QI, I think we're called. Let me check. På QT, Proton up QT, and actually found out that by using the community build, I actually can get Mangahood to work a lot better than if I used the other one. Which is actually also really good. So I'm gonna use that. Then I'm gonna close it, and then we're gonna start the game. One thing I hate about starting games on Steam like this is still gonna say play. The game starts, but it's still gonna say play. And as you can see up in my left side, it says I'm running Vulkan on this game, not DXVK, and it's pre-synced. Flip VSync is on. That means it's synced with my Nvidia card, and that should make the game not what they call stutter or those lines through the screen when it's on sync. That's the really good about VSync is sync with the Nvidia card, so it should be synced with the screen. So the game should run either 6 FPS or 240 depending on what the game support. This is a reasonable game, so it will mostly only support 60 Hz. We're gonna go under here because I have actually. Or do we support more? I actually thinking. Ooh, nice! This game actually support up to 240, so that's actually nice. How do we? Do I just have to go back? No, I didn't have to only go back. How do I actually choose that? I have chosen that. Do I then have to stop and start again to actually? I cannot even remember if the game is. No, I know why. I forgot that. That's also why my mouse feels a little laggy. I didn't really think about that. I have not set the screen on. No, I forgot. I forgot to set it on 39. I don't know why it's 39, but it is. So now the game to actually run 240 FPS, right? Yes, it does. Nice. Or what? Yes, it does. Nice. That's why also the mouse felt a little laggy. That's one thing I always forget to do, and when I play Counter-Strike, I can feel it because it feels like move the mouse and then I get like 10 milliseconds, 20 milliseconds. I cannot say how long, but you can see then it move. So you can see delay from my mouse to the move on the screen. And that's because the screen is running, the Linux is running in a lower FPS than your screen are, so it feels like there is a delay for it to actually get on the screen. So that's one way to actually know if you feel like your mouse is a little slow in response. So then your Windows Linux may have been set to 60 FPS. Some game does that because it cannot run faster than 60 FPS, so it forces your OS to run that, and it's really irritating. What game was it I played that did that? Was it Battlefield? I cannot remember. It was a game that I played at one time that did that. It was really irritating. So every time I closed a game, I had to change my frame rate. Anyway, so it's running that. That's nice. I'm gonna turn down the music. Not really because I don't like it, but I don't want to have copyright strikes or all of that shit they have all the time in games. So I usually just turn it down. I don't want it. So I only gonna get strike if there is a cutscene and it's copyrighted. Load game. Didn't it save the game? I hope it saved the game. Why? I bet it saved it under the. I would bet it saves it under the fucking Windows. Anyway, I just gonna play from the start again. Can I remember where I got to because then I can skip really fast to it. You know what? I just gonna play from the start because I want to talk about this game anyway. I didn't talk at all in the first episode last time, and I wanted to change that so I actually talk in reasonable game more. So I want to talk in this one. My name is KibaSnowpaw, 𝘼𝙗𝙘𝙪. I actually been told that this one doesn't really change anything about the main storyline. So I'm just gonna check that. Pronounced model and not limit choice. Okay, so this should not really change anything. KibaSnowpaw, yes, play. So I installed this game on my mobile phone first, and right out the bat, I got this feeling about, this ominous feeling that something really bad has happened or gonna happen. I'm gonna just think about, you have seen first part, so you may not wanna see this, but you should, because I'm gonna talk a lot on this. So I have only played the mobile version, and I don't think the mobile version is I think that's based on version 1 of the game. This is version 5, so there should be a lot more added to it. But I want to talk about what I played on the mobile version. I have only played through once, and the information I got is really scarce, so I actually didn't get any information at all. The only thing I really think I got was a house burned out, and one of my friend, something happened to him, so he got a phobia for loud sounds, like sirens and loud screaming. And I kind of feel like the burning house and that has something connected. And I also have something really bad happen about 2 years ago, and people try not to, what can we call it, they try to be themselves like nothing happened all, and that's the feeling you get when you get there. But like, it's a facade, called facade. You know, they're acting like everything was like 5 years ago and nothing has happened at all. And I don't feel like it's like that. I feel like something really bad has happened, and that's what this game about, for you to find out what the fuck is happened. And I think that happened about 2 years ago. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, the information I got are really scarce, but we're gonna go through this. What did you mean? I said, what are you wearing? So we know what to look for when you get there. You pause. I mean, I understood what you said, but it's only been a few years. 5 years, if I remember right. Did you forget what I look like? You hear something like a snort from the phone. 4 years. 4 years is a long time, KibaSnowpaw. I've seen how crazy kid gets when they move out of college. That's one thing I actually never understand, because we don't have college here. We have something that remind of college, but not on that level at all. It has been that long, has it? The days are smothered together in your memory, though certain image starts. Oh, I need something to drink. My throat is already dry. Why did my mobile just turn on? Facebook, always Facebook. That's something I need to. Drink. Wow, cast it all on the floor. I drinking cheap, non-sugary sodas. That mean soda lights, because I drink way too much soda. So when I drink it with sugar in it, actually my body have said no to me many times, so I have to stop that. Either I have to stop drinking sodas at all, which I cannot do because I have tried it. I cannot stop, so I need to drink it. So I just gonna drink it without sugar, and sometimes I do drink with sugar, but it's gotten really rarely. I think I only drink 2 sodas this day with sugar in it, and all the sodas I drink for the past 2 weeks with sugar in it, so the rest have been sugar free. So it's a really good step in the right direction, but I don't think I can ever stop drinking soda. I don't like water. I hate the taste of water, and I'm too lazy to make. I think you guys call it juice. It's not really juice. It's in us. We call something different here. Juice is like appleseed juice and stuff like that. It's something different here. I think in America they call it juice. I think that was the word I got there when I googled it last. Anyway, I'm too lazy to make that, and I don't like water, so my options will the limit. Everything that takes time to make, I'm not gonna use time on it. And I like sodas, so that's why I drink so much soda. I like about 3 liters a day. That's a lot of soda. So you can see why I need to drink it sugar free. The days are smothered together in your memory, though certain images stand out to you. Camped auditoriums, I'm not sure what that is. Overflowed football games. Long evenings of staring at monitors, studying and doing homework and writing papers. One paper, 4 years does seem like a long time. Did you use 4 years on one paper? But looking back at it all, the voice in the phone continued cutting you off your train of thoughts. Cults are all the rage in college campus these days. Facts and sororities, something like that. I'm actually not sure how to pronounce that, but may as well be cults, what with all their candles and wine and dead language. You could have gotten a face tattoo or shaved yourself bald for all I know. You can practically hear her smiling as she talks. The joke is followed by a giggle, then some murmuring. There's someone else there with you. With her, not with you, with her. Okay, seriously though, we gotta know what to look for. You throw a glance around the bus. They launch. How do you, I know what that word is. I'm not gonna say it. I know what the word is. I can just not remember it. I heard it many times and it's kind of embarrassing. I cannot remember. But whatever. In the overhead compartment suggests there are more passengers, but you only see one other person. I wouldn't worry about it. I'm basically the only white here. This spot is a ghost ship. Oh, spooky. Maybe it's haunted. Did you remember to pack your emergency holy water? With all the signs of age and wearing on this bus, you almost believe it really was haunted. I did, but I got thirsty. Good. Ghosts will leave you alone for a while until you pee it out at least. Quotes. She replied with laughter. Huh? There. Then you can use it as a weapon. Just pray and pray. Okay, I get it. You discuss sends her into another fit of giggles and snorts. The second voice can be heard again through the laughter is a woman's voice, and she seems to be asking what's the matter. You speak, cutting through her laughter. I'm going to rest for a bit, but I'll see you at the station. The laugh clamped down as the speaker formed her reply. Her voice dumpling on residual giggles. Okay. We'll be on the lookout for a haunted, shaven cultist who smells like holy urine. Bye. You start, but her last words are quickly followed by some beep, 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 beep. As the phone call is over. What? Mobile phone don't can say beep, beep, beep. They just cut off. What the fuck, man? Unless she calling from my old station, landline. Landline. It's a station there, it's a phone, but it's called a landline. That's what I remember. You look down at your phone to check the time. According to the travel schedule, the bus will be arriving at the Bridge City bus station in a quarter hour. Bridge City. I guess it's called a Bridge City either because it's the end of a bridge or under a bridge. But since it's somewhere really located, I think it should be at the end of a bridge or a beginning of a bridge, depending on what end you started. Both is the end and both is the beginning. You lean back in the seat and turn your head toward the window. Trees. Gas stations. More trees. You yawn. The walking road and purring engine rock you gently. Your eyelids feel heavy. The passing buildings and road signs lose their shape, becoming momentary smears of yellows and greens and reds. It's not long before you fall asleep. Fucking fly. The sharp hiss of the bus as it pulls into the station snaps you out of your sleep. You instructionally pat at your side to feel for your phone. End of the line, fellas. The bus driver lazily turned, passing his gaze back at the other passengers and then at you. The other passenger stands, grab two pieces of longish. Oh, that was close. Longest. I cannot say better than longest. From the compartment above and makes his way off the bus all in one plastic movement. You rise, grabbing your bag and move to the front. You reach up and yank one small suitcase off of its shelf as you make your way off the bus. Hey kid. Kid, does he mean me? You face him. Those bags up there, they are not yours. You shake your head. Ah, do you want them? Here you can say yes, no. If you say yes, an awkward moment gonna come. And it's a joke here asking this, but my opinion is don't ask a joke when a person can say yes. But what if he says yes, as I'm not gonna do? Then what? You just gonna stare at him awkward and say it was a joke? Then it's not really a joke. The only joke with you is fun, even if you say yes or no. Or it's still of you at that if you say yes, then you're just crazy. He juggles. More for me then. His delivery is dry. You're pretty sure it's a joke. Have 5% sure. Really bad one at that. Have a nice day, kid. He smiles and nods toward you, and you make your way off the bus. There's worn down bench and a rusted garbage can in front of you, both underneath a opening. I'm giving a code. About 20 yards to your left, there's another uglier station. A young pair of women stand out among the quims and leather seats on the beach under an awning. Bus doors rattle behind you as the slide closes. The bus hisses from below and slowly lunges forward toward the next station where the women are seated. They present their singularly shared ticket. We don't even have any kind of ticket system. We have a ticket system, but we don't really use any paper form ticket anymore. What we use are either mobile phones or a month driving ticket that look like a pass, a small one. You use the driver where there's a photo on, or we use something called what's it called? Oh, I cannot remember. It's a card with money on. Then you put on a magnet. Then it beeps and says they check you in. If you have enough money on the card, of course. And then when you leave then you check out, and they take the amount of money for how many zones you have been driving through. It's taken from the UK system and put into the Danish system, and because UK works completely different than the Danish did, then when we got it, it was completely shit. It worked pretty nice now. So I use it when I don't go to work, because I have a month's card for that on my phone. I'm just gonna show the driver because it's cheaper than use that card. The card I use when I go anywhere else, because it's cheaper than buying a ticket. Because the card is auto-regulated to the pricing. So how many you travel, if you travel a lot, then it's cheaper for you. If you travel not a lot, as much as I do, then it's more expensive for me, but it's still cheaper than buying one ticket. They present their singular share ticket and eagerly board the bus with glee. You wonder what they could be doing. You had one, eloping or vacating. So the one is kind of jealousy of their love, and the other one is kind of a woman fantasy of how good love is. I think, if I should describe it anyway, we're gonna say eloping. Are too young in love. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Where he's kind of fantasizing about the love romance. Starstruck lovers running away together, forcing their own path in the cruel, cruel world. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, families. Tears will be shed, heart will be broken, but they'll survive. For as everyone knows, true love conquers all. It's strong at the sudden, it can be cruel sometime, but it might just save their life. That's what I mean by you hum a song to yourself, but it's been a long time since you felt any romance yourself. But now that you think about it, your situation is all started to look like the premise to a cheesy young adult romance blockbuster movie. I think you're right in that. The relatable heroes come back to the small town home of Bridge City for a few months. He meets up with old friends, old and new friends, old flames, and waking lit all under the intense heat of the summer sun. Will he find true love? Will it be easy? It's a comedy. It's a thriller. It's a thrilling drama or something. But yeah, a murder is going around the city and killing people in the dark. He's now set on a course to find out who the killer is. Maybe this is the chance you have been waiting. KibaSnowpaw! The familiar voice came from behind you. Over here, Spec cadet. It's about time showing. I have to say I don't really like the drawings, but for a free game, I cannot complain. Actually, I cannot complain for a free game. This game is free and it's really, really good for a free game. But it's one of those drawings you really fast get used to. But yeah, the drawing really don't what to call it, inspire I think me that much. It's about time you showed up. Bunny was waving virtually at you. Her excitement is radiant, and you can't help but chuckle when you see her massive grin. You smile away back at her. Ow, boo! You didn't shave your head. At this missing snort comes from the other side of the car. Rebecca look up from her phone and toward you. Her cold, piercing eyes scan over your body. Oh, I closely dropped my soda. That's not good. You feel her slightly adjusting you. Her stare sent a thrill down your spine. You find yourself holding your breath. Well, there are impacts in her voice. Impatient in her voice. Impact. I bet that will impact too. Let's get moving. Without another word, Rebecca stepped into the driver's seat of the car. You finally exhale when she looked away from you. Ah, what the was, Web? We got all day. We gotta catch up on old times. You have work to do. So do I. Ah, work. Bonnie mutters as she walks around the back of the car and pops the trunk. You tighten your grip around your backpack and why do so many that word so many times? Whatever. And move. The trunk is filled with toolboxes, spare parts, metal scraps, and assorted junk. Geez, Web, do you ever clean this trunk? You know I need my tool for work, Bunny. You and Bunny clean out just enough space to fit your language, whatever. You just keep your bag with me. You place your bag in and Bennett throws the trunk down. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Maybe for you I got grease on my hand. She looked down at her hands with annoyance. Ink, black, greasy stains her hand. An impish smirk spread across her face and she turned to you. She extended both arms toward you and tilted her head back. Blah! Brains! She take back a step toward you and hand close into your face. Your flash glimpse at the car and Rebecca eyed in the rear view mirror. Her stares isn't praying as it was before, but you still feel her adjusting. Her intimidating glare almost distracts you from the immense zoning attack. This I'm not actually 100% sure, but this one feels like a who do you want? What character do you want to give your plus in? So if I take Cass her hand, then Rebecca gonna like me a little more, and if I accept my face, then Bonnie gonna like me more. I cannot say if that's true. Like I said, I have only played a mobile version, and it was not the complete game. I'm not even sure this is complete game. But this is what it feels like, because I say Cass her hand, and Rebecca gonna smile, if I remember right, and if I don't, then Rebecca not gonna be happy, but Bonnie gonna be more happy and feel like you look cool with your black paw prints on your face. This one I'm actually gonna say catch your hands. If you watch the other one that called part 1, which this actually also kind of is, then you can see the difference between that one and this one, and then you can judge for yourself if this actually is one of those who do you want to like you the most to give points in for further either dating or friendship or wherever this game is going. You bring up your hand just in time to catch hers by the west. Nope, nice try, Sony. Bonnie attempts to wrestle through your defensive, but zombieism has left her muscles useless again. You surprise mortal strength. Let me eat your brains. She giggle and let go. You look at the car and see Rebecca is still staring at you through the mirror. though this time her eye glance away when they meet yours. Hey, okay. This one, I just think he was smiling, but she glanced away. This is more like one of those. I feel like she's more accepting to this outcome than she is in the other one. It sounds like she's more mad in the other one, but I cannot say for sure. Like I said, you can see it both by seeing this one and part 8, and then you can actually make your own decision which one is actually a better outcome. Bonnie whips her hand on her thighs. It leaves a dark stain on her scrubs. Let's get the move on. You nod and follow Bonnie around this side of the car. Shotgun! She hops into the passenger seat as Rebecca turns the engine over. You follow, first throwing you back into the back seat of the car, then yourself. Actually, this one visual novel game has something many other visual novel game fails to have, and like I said, this one is free, so I actually really happy to see it. Can you hear this? The sound of a car driving. That you don't see in many. Actually, back sound effects in visual novel gaming is something I'm really desiring for, and it's something that is always missing. Like if you wake up in the morning in a bedroom, you have to go hear the, if you have an alarm clock, hear that morning. If you have, it's a summer day, bird outside the window beeping, not allowed, just so you can hear it, or some other stuff. If you take on clothes, it has to be some sign up, you can hear him take on some clothes, or if he getting off a bed, maybe a sound he's getting off a bed, you know, all that stuff is turned on the TV, sound that is turned on TV. All of that make the immersion of a visual novel game so much better. And there is no there is really rarely any visual novel game that does it, and they still want to have like $16 or $13 for a game, and that's, in my opinion, outrageous. I don't mind to pay a lot for the visual game if they're done the right way. I have a visual game on my computer. I cannot on my Steam. I cannot remember what it's called, but it's the best visual game I play so far. It has back sounds, not as many as I like, but it has enough. It has really high resolution graphic art. It's like, I bet I could play this on a 4K screen and it will still look beautiful. It has good art, a lot of coloring, even had 18 plus if you want that. Really detailed talking, really a lot of mental going forward, but it's one of the best visual novel game I personally have played. I really like it, and it's not a cheap game, and I bought it. I cannot remember if I help. I was close to say Kickstarted. I didn't think it was Kickstarter. I actually think it was. I cannot remember. But I got it when it came out. I think I actually helped Kickstarter. I'm not 100% sure, but I know I actually got it when it came out. As soon as it came out, and I bought it to full price. And I rarely do that with games, but I did with this one because I love it so much. And it's really cool. It's really long also. I may gonna play it, but I'm not gonna live stream it. Even not the safe for work version, because I feel like some stuff in it I need to cut out. But so I need to play it, record it and play it and check it through to make 100% sure there's nothing in there I don't want on YouTube. But anyway. The generous leather seat are dark as night. It's spotless. Rebecca probably doesn't let much people ride with her. Not just the leather, but the upholstery, dashboard, windows, everything looks factory new. And there's no new car smell. It's clear Rebecca worked hard to maintain this level of perfection. You place your hand on a flat on the seat beside you and let out a whistle and say, "Whoa, what?" I usually think Rebecca worked way too hard on her car. Bonnie sink into a seat and take a deep breath. But then I go for a ride and I eat my word every time. This is the one. The Knox-Willis with bigger eyes doesn't leave the road. She nods deeply. 1959. 1995. And Atlantic Knox-Willis. Everything you see in this is refurbished or original. The engine and paint job are my own personal touch. Whoa, you finally got it. You used to talk about it so much, but I never thought it'd be well. She nodded again. I found the last part, the suspension, while I was doing some work near the impound lot. Clyde and we hopped the fence one night to make sure the suspension was a fit. I drove past every day. It was weeks before the owner finally showed up. I tracked him down and we had a talk. She slowly rolls her thumbs over the head of the gear shift knock. And now, it's mine. Bonnie interrupts Rebecca's story. Wait, hold on, Web. You're missing turn. I know. We gotta pick up Clyde. Bonnie squeaks. Clyde! It's been weeks since I heard from him. What has he been doing? What's he been up to? Is he in prison yet? Rebecca chuckled. No prison yet. Somehow I had no clue what he's up to. He says he's not grifting anymore, but I don't buy that for a second. I don't know what he'd do if he couldn't work his hustles. Yeah, but they sure are fun sometimes. Have you ever played 3-card mount with him? I was close to say mount. 3-card mount. It's super fun. Good cast too. Yeah. Cons and scams, all fun and game until someone loses an eye. Until someone got a arrow in their knee. Skyweb. Bonnie gasped. Web! You're terrible. Bonnie still snickered despite her apparent poor taste of the joke. Rebecca pulls the car along the sidewalk and shifts to park. The neighborhood seems bleak. It's graveyard and of abandoned workshops and warehouses. There's neither foot nor car traffic on this street. There's a little reason for anyone to be here so early in the morning. Rebecca pulls out her phone and dials a number. Clyde, we're here. Stats. You jump when you hear a sudden thud on the side of the car. Hey, there, bud. Cloud leans against the window right next to you closely. You immediately notice his scarred eye. Of course, you just remember. Oh, I forgot Clyde. Yeah, he's blind on the one eye. So far, I don't know why. But like I said, I think that firehouse is connected to everything. And I think everyone have what they call PTSD, scared drama from that. I think he lost his eye. I think Bonnie lost her home. I'm not sure about Rebecca. I have not seen anything bad about her yet. But like I said, I only played one playthrough and I actually didn't talk to Rebecca that much. Clara lost her eye. I don't know why. I cannot remember his name right now. He is an artist and he actually got PSD. Some phobia against sirens and high noises and squeaks. And something he said something happens, but he don't want to talk about it. So, but personally, I think everything connected. I can be completely wrong about that. Like I said, I only play one playthrough, and I actually have no idea of what the fuck is going on. but that's my feeling on it, and I always believe my guts when it comes to games like that. Choosing. Oh, my foot are getting really sore right now. Like I said last time, I actually not usually talk in games. How much been talking for? Only a half hour this time, but also been long work day today. I've been 8.5 hours work. Normally only 8 hours, but they needed me for a half hour longer. And I've been at work all week. All fucking... that's not true. I have... on Wednesday off. Let's see. I work Tuesday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, right? Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday. I cannot remember Friday too, but the one after Monday. Then I have off Wednesday. Then I'll be working against. I think it's Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, which is tomorrow, and then I have Sunday off. So I have actually been, if you don't take Wednesday, then I've been at work for 12 days because I have Sunday off. For 12 days, isn't it? Let me see here. Tuesday, Friday, Monday, Saturday, Sunday. That's 6 days. Then Monday, Tuesday, free Wednesday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. That's what, 10 days? 10, 11 days? I think something like that. Let's say 11 days. I've been at work with 1 day in between as off day. That's actually really hard, and especially because it's really hot in Denmark right now. It's not decrease is not really that high, but because we have 100% air, what's it called? Water in there. I cannot remember what it's called. Then if the heat feels 2 times as hot as then it really is. So I have really hard time sleeping at night. I get wired about 3-4 hours if I'm lucky. Sleep every night. Besides when I'm off from work, then I sleep at least 8 hours because I don't have to get up. So my problem is not really sleeping, because when I first sleep, I sleep. My problem is actually falling asleep. So even if I go to bed now, which I probably should have done, but I'm gonna wait 10 minutes, then I'm gonna go to bed. That means I'm gonna end this in 10 minutes. Then it will take me at least 2 hours to fall asleep, at least, depending on how hot I feel when I sleep. So what is now? It's closely to be 9. So let's see, 10, 11. Then I have to get up at 3 a.m. That's 4 hours. That if I fall asleep in 2 hours, which I probably don't think I do, because I'm gonna get ready to go to sleep. Then I need to get ready to go to sleep. Take about half an hour because I need to make sure I get out of shower and stuff like that. I like to do that before I go to bed. When I remember it. So, and then I need to make the bed ready and stuff like that. So it takes about half an hour. Then I have to go to sleep, and then I will go there about 2 hours. So that's actually 3.5 hours sleep. If I fall asleep after 2 hours. But anyway, of course you just remember. Bonnie told you about the injuries before, but you never actually seen it before now. It seemed to be a sensitive subject, which is likely why Bonnie never mentioned it more than once. Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? You mean sore eyes? Sore eye. Eyes, because you only have one. You toggle at the jokes. Nice to see you too, Clyde. Well, may I squeeze in? His voice is rough but warm. It reminds you of a cheap whiskey. Yeah, no problem. Oh, I hate whiskey. I actually drink me drunken whiskey one because they didn't have anything else. And I wake up the next day with the fuck my throat hurts like fucking shit, man. That's some shit I cannot take. Besides, this take like shit. I don't know why, but if you put whiskey in cola, it tastes like fucking licorice. Or I feel like it tastes like fucking licorice, sweet licorice. That's how it tastes when it's mixed with cola, if you ask me. That's the only way I can describe it. Cheap sugary licorice. And it tastes like fucking shit. And I cannot drink it as it is. It's way too spritty? Spritty? Is that the word? Spritty? Gasoline taste. For me. Also why I don't drink vodka and stuff like that. I like rum because it's sweet. It needs to be sweet. Sweet. Very sweet. You push your bag aside and shimmer to make room for him. Morning, Cloud. Yeah, Cloud. How's the grind? Not Gwyn. Cloud throws himself into the car next to you. Same old, same old. He waved his hand in dismissal. The car shifted to drive and move into the road. Into the road? Onto the road? Into the road. She actually on the road, so actually into the road, right? If she was on the sidewalk and drive out on the road, then it was onto the road, right? I guess so. Yeah, but like what the same old your grifting, can I get in? Nah, I'm through with all that. Bonnie turned back to look at Cloud. Then, what do you do for work? Oh, you know. Cloud scratches the back of his neck. Odds and ends here and there. Sorta like wet here. Rebecca glanced a glare through the rear view mirror. No, not like wet. Don't compare your odds and ends and here and there to the work I do. Clyde chuckles, walking off her irritation. You know what I mean. He turned and mouthed to you. Jeez, am I right? My phone also said I had to stop too soon. He gave you a slightly wink with his good eye. Despite the awkward exchange, Clyde doesn't break his calm smile. He never does. As silence fills the car, Bonnie coughed. Should you say something? Oh, let me see if I don't talk them. Oh, is it Bonnie that talks? Oh, now you need to. I'm gonna say something. I cannot remember how this goes. You can't bear the silence. Speaking of which, how the work been with? Rebecca's role eases hard. More things to do every day and less hands to do it with. Mostly car repairs. People see the Knoxville and request my service. And it's summer, so everyone gets inspired and wants houses and lawn work done too. So it sounds like you're in paradise. Hey, wouldn't have it any other way. By the way, when are you gonna come by and fix my sink? I'm getting dehydrated from having to shine all my dishes. Rob won't. Clyde chuckles. Please tell me you're joking. Bonnie performed an wage work. Anyways, I was gonna take a look during the party tonight. Party? Cloud crashes the confusion on your face. Oh, come on, KibaSnowpaw. Did you really think we were going to throw a little something for you? Everyone gonna be real happy to see you again, but plus it's been like weeks since we had a get together. It's been itchy to bust out my old dancing shows. Guys, that's really kind of you. not too kind. You're gonna help us set up for the party. Boo! Party fool. The guest of honor should not work as his own party. Yes, says I. There are no guests of honor here. You get a cut from the earning tonight. That's my welcome back gift to you. Fuck, I need to do the smokermærk. My foot, man. You think back to the dozen of block parties organized by the old gang. The whole community is welcoming and they are free to bring their own drinks and snacks. Rebecca takes punch at the door, greeting and taking a manager entry fee. It's usually $2 or $3, but it's a small price to pay for what is guaranteed to be a good evening. Rebecca is as cool as a statue and just as tough, but she gives a sincere and friendly welcome to each person that comes through the door. With Rebecca at the gate, nobody causes trouble and everyone feels safe. Everyone cheers when Bonnie arrives fashionably late, carrying large, colorful duffel bags stuffed with goodies. Brownies and cookies and cakes, all labeled baggies, each made to order in advance. She baked some extra goodies for her closest friend. There are never left for. Several times throughout the night, Cloud made a pizza one. People careless for bills are Clyde asking for a slice or free or a box or two. Clyde then disappeared from the party for a handful of minutes and returned with a stack of pizzas as tall as himself. Nobody ever questioned the source of the food. It's usually freshmen, culinary students or struggling pizza shop owners. Some words and bills are exchanged and the chef of the evening find himself a little bit wealthier. As the milkman Clive walks away from the deal with a nice wad of leftover cash, the drunk partygoers are fed with bountiful and dirty cheap pizzas until they get hungry again in an hour. At the end of the day, everyone pools their cash together and take their cut. You feel a hand on your lap. You're good, but you're not. It seems you were zoning off out of memory again. And I think I'm gonna end here because my phone cannot take any more, and I cannot remember how to save. Oh, I forgot. It's completely different than on the mobile version. The mobile version is up here. Map, sound options, history. What does that actually do? Ah, okay, it's just a backlog. Display options. Ah, okay, nice. Text messages. Oh, nice. Map. I actually not been any other place than the. I think the weird place is where Rebecca live. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I actually don't know where she live. I can't remember if she even said so. But I guess this is where the different people and different events are. So you can see how the city is built up. Still Mall, apartments, the woods, Suburb, Bar, USA, Tugboat Park, Main Street. You. Oh, the to-do list. Nice. Dialogue options. Okay. Oh. We are gonna save here. Save menu. You feel like you save it on the OS, maybe on a document or something like that. I hope it will save it in the main folder, but I don't think it does. But anyway, I just have to remember that. So if I gonna change OS again, I have to move the save games. That's also why I like 𝘼𝙗𝙗. 𝘼𝙗𝙗 is really good when it comes to that, because you can manipulate where to save games. If it don't save in its own folder, then you can manipulate where to save it. They make a sign of wine this text where you want to say here documents, here's my games and stuff like that. That's like I like releases. Steam don't have that. Really kind of irritates me, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna end here. I will see you maybe tomorrow. I hope I'll see you tomorrow, but it may not be tomorrow. I may be too tired, but we will see on that.